Good morning, everyone. This is Srikanth Rajan, and welcome back to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com. Well, we were absolutely right yesterday. If you remember, what we discussed in the market podcast today was that the market is opening with a gap up, but then I was not expecting the market to go anywhere, but finally close where it was. So that's exactly what happened. The market is almost open and opened big gap up, hit a new record, a brand new record. And from there, it was like about 19,550. And from there, it fell and big fall. And by end of the day, again a rise. And finally, it closed nowhere. So that was a great, position that we had taken. We actually closed this week with again good profit. So that was something really good on the trading part. Now coming to the important thing, what happened in the market. So yesterday there was again a big buying by FIIs. FIIs again have bought for more than 2,000 crores, while the DIIs have actually bought for again, DIIs have again sold for about more than 1,000 crores. So basically what's happening is yesterday it was more of a selling day by the DIIs, but then the small sell off which was done by FIIs day before yesterday has been bought into yesterday. So that was something good. Like I told you, probably what we thought was correct. That was because SDFC had its last trading day yesterday, and with that, SDFC, there was that rebalancing to be done, and that's probably why they were on a selling mode. FIAs were on selling mode on Wednesday, and then they got back to buying yesterday. But however, this FIA buying yesterday of more than 2,000 crores is actually giving some positivity to people. So there are chances that the retailers would get into a buying bandwagon again. So that can be seen as a positive for now. Apart from that, two things to focus on yesterday, as we discussed, was first one was Wipro's result in the Indian market, and two was the PPI, the Producer Price Index, in the US market, which is equivalent to the wholesale price index in India. So talking about Wipro results, now one thing I can tell you, yesterday we could see a major rally in the IT sector. Overall, almost every IT company has done well. Interestingly, one of our holdings, which we have been holding in my personal portfolio, which was Zensa Tech, has actually gone up almost 110% in the last 6 months. So well, we were holding it for almost more than a year. We bought it at a slightly higher price and we averaged it when it came down, which was because we felt it was, we were kind of confident on that. And that has actually gone up. Again, no recommendation here, just sharing some information from our side. So I'm sure all MPA investors, who have taken the trade along with me would have been really sitting with good profit there. Now, if you ask me, is it a good time to enter? I would not give any recommendation again. It is already relative so much. Will it go further? Will it go down? Nobody knows. But then staying invested in a good company, fundamentally good company, is something which is the key to making money in the stock market. You can never time the market. All you can do is research, understand, then invest, and I'm sure you'll make money in the stock market. Apart from that, if you look at the markets, yes, we were talking about the IT sector. So Wipro results came in slightly lower than market expectation. But then if you look at what happened with TCS and HCL results, one thing is sure that people are already are already aware and were expecting IT results to be bad. So when the results have not come very bad, they are almost in line with analyst expectations. That kind of gives a positivity. Okay, things are not that bad as we considered, and now, I mean, people, those who are cautious, will start now buying into it. So that's probably what's happening with the IT sector, and IT sector was going up. Even if you look at the ADRs in the US, actually Infosys ADR was up by more than 4%. That's something amazing. So Infosys was one of the major rally leader yesterday, and looks like Infosys already is trying to recover from all its. I mean, of course, it was seen some bad days in the last 1 year. So in terms of numbers in stock price, so looks like probably it's trying to take some support at that area. TCS is also in the similar range. HCL also has kind of taken in the results comfortably. Now things are looking like IT sector probably has taken enough support. But then again, IT now has to perform also for it to start going higher. But in all circumstances, I feel that over a period of time, IT sector will start performing, and that's exactly why I'm openly telling you, I have kind of invested a little heavily into the IT sector in India, and I'm looking forward to some good returns as we go forward. In fact, most of my investment in persistent systems, Zensatech, Mindtree LTI, so LTI Mindtree. So all these companies have actually done well already. In fact, I think Persistent System is sitting with almost more than 50% returns there. So that's something really good. So with all this, the mid cap and small cap in IT sectors have already done well. It is only up to the big stocks like Infosys and TCS, all these companies to actually kind of recover. HCL, Tech Mahindra. Tech Mahindra also has kind of now come into positive territory in my account. So all those things are looking really good. Again, I'm just sharing this for your information. I am not a SEBI registered analyst, but just sharing what I have been doing for your knowledge and my knowledge. Well, so apart from that, if you look at the next important thing, the markets, one important stock that I've been tracking and we've been invested is Federal Bank. So Federal Bank is doing amazing well. In fact, their results came out yesterday. The results were really good, but unfortunately, the entire banking sector is kind of taking a cautious break because probably we have big banks coming off the results next week. So next week we have HDFC Bank, IndusInd Bank, all these results coming up next week. So markets are kind of cautious before the results in the bank because banking sector has actually had a very good rally in the last quarter. So with that, people would like to be cautious, and people who are sitting with good profit might even think of booking partial profit. But then, what I consider is the banking sector and the NBFC sector, financial sector, I would say. So these sectors are going to see a major rally in the upcoming few years because as India is developing, the requirement of credit would be really high. And with all this, banking and financial sector has a trend will tend to do well in the upcoming few years, is my expectation. So personally, I would be only looking at investing well into these sectors, and these cautious temporary falls in the market can be seen as an opportunity, is what I feel. So that's exactly what I would be doing. Yes, with that, I've been invested already well. In fact, if you look at ICICI Bank, it's close to its all-time high. Interestingly, HDFC Bank is one which has been kind of lacking majorly because of all the confusion over their merger. Now that merger is kind of complete almost. So things should start taking shape in HDFC Bank, is what I feel. Based on that, I've got some good investment in HDFC Bank as well. So that's something which is my view on the banks at this point of time. Let's see how things take a turn. Apart from that, after Indian markets closed, interestingly, even though Indian markets closed really, with a big volatility, probably that's more of, towards that it can be reason towards the expiry related volatility. But in spite of that, what will happen is there are chances that markets can tend to can recover because global markets have actually closed in the green yesterday. European markets closed well in the green. Now coming to the next part, which was the US market. So US market also did really well yesterday because multiple things. First one, what happened was the PPI data, that is producer price index, which is which was expected at 2.6%, has come in year on year at 2.4%, which is really good. So this is a great data, I would say, because whenever wholesale price index or PPI comes lower, that naturally means this is like the inflation at the manufacturer level. So at manufacturer level, if the inflation has gone down, that means at the retail level, the prices would come down, and that actually would mean that probably the CPI, the consumer price index or the inflation data for next month, can come lower. So this was again very positive in the US market, and we could see the US markets rallying up. In fact, big rally was seen in Nasdaq. So when Nasdaq has done really well, IT sector in India is also tending to do well. So that means probably we could see some more support in the IT sector today. So with all this, things are looking great, and I don't see any reason why markets have to fall. But then markets will continue to try to defy our logic and thoughts That's exactly why I say we never predict the market, but just anticipate the market. So as per my anticipation for this week, I am let us see how the market turns today. Based on that, we can plan for next week what could be happening. However, to summarize it all, the markets are looking good globally. Indian markets are the only ones which were really volatile and closed. Still, it actually closed positive yesterday. And if you look at this Nifty futures, they're kind of indicating almost a flat opening, I would say. So maybe a slight up and down, but not a big difference that's going to happen today. One important thing to look at are the Asian markets. So if you look at the Asian markets, Japan, China, and Hong Kong, all of them are actually trading in the green. Even Korea, all of them are sitting with almost 0.5 to 1% up. So global markets are really good. So Asian markets are good, European markets are good, US markets are good, Indian markets are at a very good position. So will it go further rally up higher, or when will the profit booking kick in is again a question. But then today being a weekend, as the markets would be closed for next 2 days, there can be some big movement in the market coming in the last 1 hour. So that could be watched. So let's see how the market closes today. Based on that, we would be taking decisions for the next week. So all those details would be covered in the Market Pulse video on Sunday, sharp at 7 p.m. So do look forward to be there. We'll catch up with more details. So that's it for now. And members, it's a reminder, today is our event, the first event in Dubai. So let's look forward to a great day. I would be busy with that, so I would not be trading much in the market. So let's see. And tomorrow we have an event in Abu Dhabi. So I'll be traveling to Abu Dhabi tomorrow. However, being a weekend, that should not affect us at all. Right? So looking forward to see you all on Sunday during the Market Pulse video. Goodbye. Have a great day.